be okay. Yeah. All right. So we're now recording. Sorry about that, guys. Good thing we didn't really get into it. But here's what I was saying. Everyone is a marketer. Everyone is not a marketer, not a recruiter, not a salesperson. They're just not good at that stuff. So what we've got is a situation where you've got a lot of people getting involved in different networks who are not good at doing it, bringing other persons into the business and trying to teach them how to do it properly. But guess what? They were never good at doing it in the first place. So you've got this situation where you've got novices trying to teach novices how to do it correctly. It's not working. What we need is a system, a strategy, something that allows persons to get in and they can go, okay, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, and be successful just by putting a little effort, a little work, a little time and commitment into it. But at least they've got a game plan. You've got a lot of people who have absolutely no game plan. So right now, understand, it does not matter what business or company you're in or with. I am not interested. It doesn't matter. What we're going to show you is a system that allows you to build any network, any business, and keep not only yourself but your entire downline and team happy as well. And if you're not involved in any business, any primary businesses yet, we're going to show you a way that will allow you to generate the much needed funds to do the business of your choice, whatever it may be. Okay, whichever business you choose. Now let's introduce you to our feeder program. It's called Ultimate Cycler. Now the good thing about Ultimate Cycler is it costs only $25 US. So before we get into the actual system, I'm going to kind of give you the basics as to what the feeder program is and how we're going to use this feeder program to fund everything else we're going to do. See, understand that Team Supreme is a combination of multiple income stream opportunities. It's not just one thing. It's a combination of multiple opportunities under one team. Okay, but we're doing it smart. While everyone is out there trying to push one business, we're going to actually get everyone positioned to earn from multiple businesses, but only promote one single thing. What? The team. Not the business, the team. Okay? So what is a feeder program? It's an easy, cost-effective, stable starting point for anyone that is either money challenged and or money motivated to kickstart their finances in order to transition into a more expensive business opportunity. What that really means is it's fantastic for the individual who doesn't have a lot of money to get started, the individual who doesn't want to risk a lot of money to get started. You know, every single person now that sees this can say, well, shoot, it's only $25. I can afford to do it and there's no risk. So it takes the risk factor out of the game. You know what you call that? Genius. Okay, so let's show you how we can actually use this. Now, a little bit of background on who's behind this and how it all comes together. Mr. Peter Wolfen is the owner of Multiplex Systems. Now, Ultimate Cycler is a part of Multiplex Systems. Multiplex Systems has over 14 years that it's been in business. It has a A+ rating on the BBB, that's the Better Business Bureau, and thousands of satisfied customers. I speak to Peter on a daily basis, and he knows his stuff. With regards to what you actually get when you get involved in Team Supreme and you plug into our income stream opportunities, we're not just giving you a fish. We're not only teaching you how to fish, but we're going to give you the tool to fish with. You see, they always leave that part out. It's okay to teach a man to fish, but if he doesn't have the tools, the fishing rods or whatever, the bait and so on, he still can't fish. He's still not going to go too far. So we give you the training, we give you the tools to do it, and of course we give you the support. We are right there alongside you, giving you the help and the support you need to help you be a professional in this industry and to make money and be successful. You get from video marketing to phone broadcasting and marketing, financial mastery, personal development, scripts and scrapers for lead capture and so on, mobile site builders. If you know anything about apps, you know that apps is a billion-dollar industry right now, and there are people making a tremendous amount of money just by creating apps. And as you go through the various programs we have, especially those under the multiplex system umbrella, you get access to all of these types of information and tools and software and training and support and all this nice stuff you get. Okay, this is the digital age. You don't have to have a physical product in your hand that you can hold for it to be a real product. This is the 21st century, and this is the age of technology. So let's look at how we get started, and then we're going to flow straight into our system, and then we're going to wrap this up. Rule number 1: you do not join unless you are prepared and able to pay the $25 immediately. What does that mean? It means that if you see this and you get really, really excited, don't just go and sign up, and then when you sign up, then you remember, but wait a minute, I don't even have the $25. Go borrow it first, go sell something and get it first, but do not sign up unless you're prepared to immediately send or pay that $25 out. Okay, that's rule number 1. Now, here's what you're going to do. First of all, when you get it started, you've got your $25, not a big risk or a big investment. You've got your $25 and you're ready to go. You're going to go to the referral link of the person who invited you here tonight, or the person who would have spoken to you about the business. You're going to fill the information out on the registration form: your name, your last name, your username. You're going to choose one of those, your contact numbers, and so on. And then at the end of your registration page, you're going to see a button pop up saying thank you. That's your blessings right there. Okay, you press that button, you click it, and once you click that button, here's what's going to happen. You're going to see a page similar to this come up with a name, an email, and a contact number of someone, and it's going to tell you what to do. It's going to say, please pay the $25 product fee to the following qualified member. Here's what you do. You make contact and you pay them. Now, failure to follow this basic rule, and you will be terminated from the program, and you will lose any potential earnings that you would have received from that position. Okay, keep that in mind. There are rules to doing this, guys. You don't join unless you have the money, and when you do join, you pay the person immediately. Whoever it may be, the system will direct you and tell you who you need to pay, so you don't need to go guessing who you need to pay. Okay, when you do that, that individual will mark you as received, and you're good to go. Okay, now here's another thing you're going to see. This is called a matrix. Okay, it's a 2x2 matrix. This matrix carries 6 positions. I'm just giving you the basics, and everyone, when they begin, they have 6 empty positions. It's your aim, if you want to really make some serious money with this, you want to fill those positions up. As you do that, here's what happens. You fill those spots up, and as you fill them up, something interesting starts to happen. You start to receive some commission. You always pay the person 2 levels above. This diagram here explains that pretty well. You're at the top, you pay the person 2 levels above. If you introduce this, or you share this with 2 other persons, they each spent $25, they pay the person 2 levels up. Now those 2 persons introduced 2 persons of their own, 2 friends of theirs, who each came in and paid $25. Now that's 4 people paying $25 to the person 2 levels above, which happens to be you. Now, do you need to figure out who this person will be? You don't. It's all there in front of you, and you get an email telling you who's to pay you, and they see when they have to pay you. Now once that has happened and you fill those 6 positions up, you click on the button that says pay for this spot now. When you see that button, you click it. When you click it, it's going to give you a fresh 6 positions waiting to be filled. Why would you want to fill another 6 positions? Because if you spent 25 and you earned 100, wouldn't it make sense to spend another 25 to earn another 100? Guys, you just need to understand the basics. I'm going to run through this pretty quickly for you. Let's move on to the next slide, okay? It's like A, B, C, and 1, 2, 3. Look at the first diagram to the top. Real simple. You see where U is? Well, guess what that represents? You. Then you've got number 1 and number 2. That could represent the first two persons that you introduced to the business. So they filled up the first two spots in your matrix. Number one introduced two persons, which is number 3 and number 4. Number 2 introduced two persons, which is number 5 and number 6. At that stage, your matrix is filled because you fill all the positions in your matrix. Here's what you do. Out of that, you take 25 out and you start another $25 matrix, which is where you see A, B, C, D, E, and F. So you would have earned 100, you spend another 25, so you can earn another 100. But here's another thing you do. Out of the $100 you just earned initially, you take 25 out, leaving you with 75, then you take 50 out, and you also take 10 out. So you're already taking $60 out. That is going to upgrade you to the $50 spot, leaving you with 15 bucks. Now at the $50 spot, the same thing happens. You bring persons into the program, they may start at 25. Okay, they upgrade, and when they upgrade, they will follow you. Okay, they're always coded to you forever. Now you're positioned to earn yourself 4 payments of 50 instead of 4 payments of 25. 4 50s are $200. You do the same thing. You take $50 out, you open another $50 spot. But out of the 150 that you're left with, you take $100 out and you buy into a $100 spot. And you keep this process going on and on and on. Okay, so now you're positioned in a 25, a 50, and 100. And guys, this keeps on going up to 200, 400, all the way up to 800 US dollars. Members, many of you have already started. You've spent 25 bucks and you're already positioned at the $800 level. Kudos and congrats to you. You're really working the business. You're following the system. Now, because you would have been upgrading after your first cycle, your initial cycle profit is $3,325. However, after you've completed that first cycle, because you don't need to upgrade anymore, now you're able to keep a lot more profit. Your profits now, if you were to cycle one time in each of those matrices, is $4,725 US dollars. These are just the basics. Don't worry about it. This is recorded. You can come back and view this again. How often can you earn that kind of money? As often as you want. You just got to put the work and the effort in. But you can earn it over and over and over and over. Whether it's multiple payments of 100, multiple payments of 200, 400, or 800 US, or even 1600 US dollars, or 2400 US dollars. Okay? That could be earned multiple times a month, or multiple times a week, or even multiple times per day. It all depends on how serious you choose to get with this business and this opportunity. Now, obviously, big money talks. All right. There's some persons, they want to play it safe. They get to the 25, they make the 100, and instead of upgrading, they stick at the $25 level. Well, let me show you something. If you're only at the $25 level, the maximum amount of money you can earn is $100. But check the guy that decides to upgrade to the $25 and the $50 level. He's now positioned to earn 3 times as much as you are going to earn. How about the guy that upgrades to the 25, the 50, and the 100? Or probably he starts at 25, 50, and 100. He's now positioned to earn 7 times the amount you're going to earn. And here's another thing you might want to keep in mind. If you're in the business and you share it with other persons, but they upgrade before you, here's what's going to happen, y'all. You're going to lose them until you do upgrade to that position. You see, the business that would have gone to you or may have gone to you is going to go to your sponsor or your upline, not to you. Okay? That is something that you need to keep in mind. So you definitely want to make sure that you upgrade and you level up as quickly as possible. Okay? Now, let's get into the real meat of the matter. Why, a lot of you are here this evening. You heard me talking about it. You heard me speaking about it. Some of you that have seen it, had a glimpse into it, have already started to put it into place and have been upgrading and are already seeing some benefits. Let me introduce you to Team Supreme step-by-step system that is teaching persons how to turn a one-time $25 investment into over $15,000 within 6 to 10 weeks. Is this something you guys want to see? If you guys were ready to see this system, give me a thumbs up or raise your hand. Let me know that you guys ready for this. Because what I'm about to show you, if you just follow the system, that's all that I ask of anyone. Just follow the system. And if you do that and you encourage your prospects and your persons to just follow the system, it's all going to work out. So, let's get started. First of all, understand what a system is. A system is designed to allow you to save yourself stress, time, energy, and money. And for those of you who are networkers, you know how difficult it is to build a network business. Okay? It's not easy. You spend a lot, it's very stressful, or it could be. You spend a lot of time trying to get it done because you're dealing with people versus dealing with systems. You put out a lot of energy running all over the place trying to please everyone and do presentations all over the place for everyone. It's a lot of energy. And of course, you spend a lot of money in the process trying to do it. You see, when you don't have a system, you're all over the place. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Now, as I move forward, all the figures I'm going to speak about are quoted in United States dollars. All right. Do understand that this is based on starting with a $25 US investment. If you start with more, well, it just happens faster, or it can happen faster for you. And we do have a recommendation, guys. Even though every member is only expected. Now, I know some of you, we all know you can get involved and not sponsor or refer a single person and still make money. But come on. If you want this thing to work, you have to be willing to work it and pull your own weight. Okay? So every member is expected to refer at least 2 active persons, at least in the beginning. But if you want to maximize on the full potential of the system I'm going to show you, we suggest to aim for at least 4 persons. Okay? And 4 persons, I'll show you how far that can take you. Actually 3, but we say 4 just in case something happens. So, we're going to go through this. I'm not going to go through every single line with you, but you're going to pretty much get the concept. So this is stage 1. Your first cycle, starting at $25, you invested $25, you would have earned 4 times that amount, which is 100. We covered this not too long ago. And once you've done that, of course, you reinvest $25 back into the program. So what you're left with is $75. Now, the cost of the upgrade is $50 plus the $10 fee is $60. When you minus that $60 from your initial $75, you're left with $15. On your second cycle, you would repeat it, but you keep $75. And then on your third cycle, you keep another $75. The idea here is not just to have you upgrading and just move on and you feel like you spent all the profits that you just got. The idea here is that you cycle, you upgrade, but you still feel like you've been able to keep some kind of profit in your hand. I hope that makes sense to you guys, right? We want persons to actually feel like they're getting something, they're keeping something, not just spending it back as soon as they receive it. So after your third cycle, okay, your total profit so far is $165 US. You've already by far made your money back and moved on. Okay, so let's go on from there. It's over 6 times what you've put into the program. Now let's go to stage 2. Stage 2 is our second system. It's called Free Toolbox. Now keep in mind, it is all about being positioned. Okay, now you're going to do this out of the profits from stage 1, which would leave you with $115. Okay, now with Free Toolbox, you're able to receive a maximum of $106.25 when you cycle. It happens automatically as those spots are filled up. Now if your brain presses through the system, those spots will be filled up and your commissions are paid straight into your account. Then you can choose how you wish to withdraw them. Okay, now you're continuing at the $50 level. At the $50 level, you earn $200. $50 goes back in. You get to keep $150, but you upgrade after your first cycle. After that, you're left with $40. Your second cycle, you repeat that process. Now you're left with $150. So your total profits at the end of cycle 2 is $190. Now at this stage, you've now positioned yourself in the $25 level, the $50 level, and you've just upgraded to the $100 level. Plus, you're also positioned in Free Toolbox. How much have you spent? Only $25. Your total profits at the end of stage 2 is $305. Let's move on to stage 3. And by the way, guys, every member will have access to this information, okay? So you can print it off, put it in a flip chart, however you choose to do it. Now, stage 3, we've introduced a program called Talk Fusion. I joined this recently with Mr. Peter Wolfen, who is the CEO of Ultimate Cycler, Free Toolbox, and Business Toolbox, and so on. And we're now on a I don't want to say a mission, but the aim really is to use Talk Fusion as the primary marketing tool for the entire Ultimate Cycler business and Free Toolbox business. So I'm just giving you a heads up as to what the owner of the company is planning to do. So we're going to use Free Toolbox as a way to market not just Ultimate Cycler, but it actually carries templates for virtually every network that you can possibly think about. Talk Fusion already has those templates ready and prepared, and yes, they do have an Ultimate Cycler template that you can use that to market all your businesses from one great location. Think about this for a second. How much cooler is it that when you send an email to someone, instead of a bunch of words that they're going to read or most likely not read if they're like me, they get a video that comes straight into their email? How much more likely are persons to look at your video on YouTube or Facebook versus some words that you just typed up? It makes a lot more sense, doesn't it? That is what we're going to do with Talk Fusion. Video marketing, guys. Video marketing, okay? Alright, I'm getting a little issues here on my end with my connection. I hope everyone is still hearing me loud and clear. Alright, so as we continue, you see your first cycle and your second cycle. As you proceed through those two cycles, after the second cycle, you would be left with $390. And check what's happening. Now you're positioned in the 25, 50, 100, and 200, and Free Toolbox, and Talk Fusion. Your total profits at the end of stage 3 is $520. Stage 4. This is where it gets interesting. One of the things we said from the very beginning is we wanted a system that every person, no matter what business they're in, can have it or use it as a way to build their primary business. Okay? I'm a member of multiple different companies. We're going to use Wake Up Now as an example here. Some of you may be part of Wake Up Now, some of you may be part of Karatbar, some of you may be part of GWT, Unicity, FG Express, XFT, Fuel Treatment, Organo. It doesn't matter. Whichever is your primary business, this, guys, is where now you can start to direct your people to your primary business, because now they're all making money. Is this making sense to you guys so far? Okay, so we go to Wake Up Now, for example, is $100 a month. We take out of your $520 that's in profits, you take 100 out, you're left with $420. First cycle, you would have kept $190. After your second cycle, you kept $600. At the end of those two cycles, following the steps, your profit is $790. Now you're positioned up to the $400 level in Ultimate Cycler. You're in Free Toolbox, Talk Fusion, and Wake Up Now, or whatever business you choose. Your total profits is $1,210. You have still only spent up to this point $25. Let's move on to stage 4. Okay, there are 6 stages. Stage 4 continues on. Here's what we've decided to do. You don't buy into anything at stage 4. All of stage 4 profits are yours to keep. You just upgrade to the $800 level, and then the second cycle is yours. So you just get positioned. So now you're positioned up to the $800 level. You're in Free Toolbox, Top Fusion, your primary business, and your profits off of a $25 primary investment is 2,800 US dollars. And this is one of my favorite parts, guys. When you reach stage 5, your income will start to go through the roof. Bon Voyage Elite pays out more money than any company I have ever been involved in 14 years. And you're going to get involved through the profits you receive from stage 4. If you're looking for great high-end luxury timeshare type accommodation, Bon Voyage is the place you want to definitely be looking at. And if you're looking to just explode your income, this is a business that you have got to position yourself in. The compensation plan will blow you away. But baby steps. We're working a system here. This costs 600 US dollars. It's a one-time payment for life. And as you move through your first cycle, you get to keep, all right? You get to keep $761. After your second cycle, you keep $2,400 for a total of $3,161 US dollars. Now at this stage, you're already approaching a 5-figure income. Please keep in mind this does not include any additional bonuses or earnings. This is just the basic commissions we're speaking about so far. For total earnings at the end of stage 5 of 5,361 US dollars. We're only at week 6, guys. Week 6, you're already approaching 6,000 US. And finally, Business Toolbox. Okay, I think I got something kind of, that word was supposed to be back to the next slide. Don't worry about it. All right. So you're buying into Business Toolbox, which is a $1,600 buy-in. That is going to be coming out of your profits again. After your first cycle, you earn $4,800. After your second cycle, you earn another $4,800, because guess what? There's nothing left to buy into at this stage. You get to pocket all that money. That's your profits, okay? Now at this stage, you're positioned in all of our primary businesses. You're positioned in all of the structures, for Ultimate Cycler, and your total earnings. Okay, I'm noticing here on where we have your position in, I'm not saying Bon Voyage there, but that can easily be adjusted. But your total profits at the end of stage 6 off of a $25 one-time investment is 15,231 US dollars in a 7-week period. Even if, now we know this is not a perfect world, but even if it didn't work out perfectly, and instead of 7 weeks, it didn't take you 8 weeks, it didn't take you 9 weeks, it didn't take you 10 weeks, let's say it took you 12 weeks, which is 3 months, and you were able to generate $15,000 in a 3-month period. Wouldn't it have been worth it off of a $25 investment? This is something to think about. This is a system. And you know what you call that? It's not genius. That is freaking genius. Guys, it's all about getting positioned. I've always heard that position is the art of gunnery. So whatever you do, whatever you choose to do after tonight, I encourage you to get back to whoever shared this information with you, and you let them know that you are ready to spend that $25 because you are looking to change your life. This is now what I call life-changing money. And keep this in mind as well, okay? Keep this in mind. This does not include the additional bonuses, the additional commissions, or none of that stuff that you will get from these other businesses. This doesn't even count in if you cycle 3 times in any of the matrices in Ultimate Cycler. This is all based on 2 single cycles alone in each level and just buying into the programs. Can you imagine what your earnings would be as you start to build the other businesses and you start to earn commission from them as well? Because now you've got a team that is already built. You don't need to try to build another team. It is already built and everyone is being paid. Now that is a system. You can't beat the system. All right. At this stage, I'm gonna, close this off. If there's any questions, go right ahead and type your questions on the left. But for the sake of the recording, I'm gonna end the recording here. So for those of you who may be watching this recording, because I know by the time some of you see this, if you're watching this right now, this is our recorded session. Feel free to get back to whoever introduced it to you and have them answer your questions and get you started. But this is how Team Supreme does it. All right. So for those persons who are still in the room, you stay tuned. And for those who are watching the recording, have a good night. See you at the top.